Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As you can about title today's video, I made a 99 pass accuracy build in NBA 2K26. Was it worth it? So, as you can see, we have a lot of clips playing right now, whether it's rec, 2s, I was playing 3s with this build. We even have multiple builds that me and Kitchen have made recently that you're going to be seeing in today's video on this rec center stuff. And I gotta say, I was getting a lot of suggestions by people to not really disrespect the pass accuracy quite as much when I, obviously said a lot of things like 25 is doable. I do still stand by that, to be fair. I think 25 pass accuracy in the right role can absolutely get away with plenty of, just being on the court. But in this case, that I'm using this as a point guard and actually just coming out here and being a distributor, not to mention the Dishmaster takeover, insane. And I mean, as you can see right here, hop jumper from WAF right there with the rhythm shooting is 68% contest right there. Right here, little behind the back pass, did not even flashy pass that by any means. It's just, I was running Jimmy Butler pass style, and I mean, I don't know, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued for sure. So, I do want to be transparent with this. I have it at 94 pass accuracy currently. The plan is to eventually cap break it all the way to 99, and when I eventually hit this starter 5 right here that you'll see with the rep reward, if I get this starter 5, that's +3, and then I'm very close. This Pro-Am Summit that you're going to be seeing on like the same day as I'm uploading this, it's going to have 4 objectives, and I'm at 195 right now, so that's another +1. So at the very least, I will, in the short term, very soon here, have 98 pass accuracy, which gets you Legend Dimer, Legend Break Starter, and then Hall of Fame of the Versatile Visionary, and then also Bailout as well. But point being, it just had better synergy for the build. So if you guys are wondering why the heck I did, 96 dunk and the 3-pointer and stuff like that before it, just know, obviously, I had the 2 cap breakers for the rebounding specialization that I've got this far on. I want to just obviously function the way I want to with the build. I don't want to just make it for the video of 99 pass ac, but I will say, I've been very satisfied with the 94 already, and I just sit here and think it's functioning like 99. Not to mention, I don't have it on currently, but the dimer for the badge perk of the +1, I can get it to legend, and that's what I had for the video of, like, I had the +1 on dimer and +1 for the versatile visionary as well, getting them both to Hall of Fame and legend. But anyway, I will say one last thing before we get into the gameplay cut up is, I do apologize for remaking my build so many times already this early in the year. I know it's kind of frustrating if you're someone that likes to copy everything that I make, and then I'm making decisions based on like the short term as opposed to like, actually testing things. But again, me playing the game is how I come to these conclusions of wanting to do certain things like this. And in this case, this build, in my opinion, probably is the best version of the build that I've created so far of that 6'10" point center. We got the 73 steal for that silver interceptor. The interior defense is buffed up as well. It's got pretty much the exact same thing as my last one, except has less driving lay, less close shot, and less standing dunk. Now, this standing dunk's been very doable, I must say, because I've been walking into the meter dunks, and it's been using the driving dunk rating rather than the standing dunk. But anyway, we will probably talk about my build in another video in specific and go more detail with it. I just wanted to go ahead and just show you what I was getting at with like the 94 pass ac, but for those who have clicked on the video trying to see the 94, 99 pass ac in action, let's go ahead and get to the gameplay now. So we're going to be taking this into the rec. We're playing my boy Salt, Dre, we got WAF as well, and then my right-hand man, Kitchen. He has been absolutely hooping on this game, bro, I must say. So anyway, as you can see, not the craziest comp. Unfortunately, obviously, if I'm on a brand new build, the banner colors and stuff like that are just going to draw like the, not comp matchups either. We ended up playing with this in like Proving Grounds as well. Ran into some former 2K League players as well. That's actually on YouTube on others' channels if you want to see it, but I might detail it on my own as well. We'll see. It was a good offensive showing, I must say, and me and Kitchen actually were playing a pretty solid game. But anyway, let's get into this real quick and actually show you the 99 and 94 pass ac in action. So Kitchen, his build is actually at 98 pass accuracy right now. Mine being at 94, we were testing a couple different things. So I have Jimmy Butler pass style on for this game that you're going to see right here, and then also the next one as well. Whereas Kitchen in this one has Jimmy, but in the second game has none as like a pass style equipped. We just wanted to give a couple different, chances to test it and stuff like that. I will say though, I was a huge fan of running that Jimmy Butler pass style in 5s right here, but when I hopped in 3s and 2s, I felt like it wasn't quite as optimal. I don't know, it must just be something to do with these full court passes and stuff, but Jimmy was zipping, not to mention just the high pass accuracy in general. Now, you can see our boys are starting off a tad bit slow on the 3-point line and just in general the shooting and just in general the gameplay itself. But we will come around here pretty soon. I just wanted to show you every single pass that I made, whether it was a good one or a bad one, everything, and still cut the gameplay up as well. So bailout on test right there, boom. Now normally I am coming down with these and like not going for the bailouts because obviously with my 76 pass accuracy I don't have the badge. Now Honestly, hilarious way that the defense plays me right here. You can see in the 5 out, it almost looks symmetrical. We have everybody drop all at the same time, and they were all baiting. That's crazy, bro. I could have gone up with the take, but either way, I don't even get punished for it because we got that gold bailout kitchen with the rhythm shot off the top right there, and boom, we get a nice little pass. We get a lot of takeover, by the way. This Dishmaster takeover paired with having, like, you know, the consistency of passing a lot. I mean, you get a ton of takeover with this, and I must say too, really have to like mention it and point it out. If I were to remake my original build, I would want it to have 80 pass accuracy, just off the fact that it gets the Dishmaster takeover. I'd maybe even shoot for like 82 just to get gold dimer or something like that along the way as well. But bro, realistically, this is like such a powerful takeover in comparison to, like, I was running poster machine, you know, for quite a while here, and all it does is really buff up alley-oops. That's it. I don't know, it's not good at all, and I hope it does eventually get buffed and, like, you know, make it so the meter dunks are bigger, but it's currently not doing that at all. So to have played the game all year so far on a useless takeover, and then to come out here with Dishmaster after all that, I gotta say, I feel powerful out here, bro. Like, so much, like, as far as just having a good takeover again. And again, the takeover that I get for assist feels very impactful. It seems as if it's giving me more takeover for assists when I have the Dishmaster equipped, and same went for, like, poster machine when I had that on. I was trying a lethal layup, and it seemed like I was getting less takeover for each dunk that I took when I had lethal layup. So I do feel as though, you know, the things that you do that are related to your takeover actually do impact the takeover going up faster. So I'm sure with shooting, it's the same way with, like, taking shots as well. So again, just wanted to show you guys pretty much every pass that I make, and, you know, so a couple plays in etc. mixed in here, like me shooting the 3 off the top. Obviously, the build is more than just a passer. It is absolutely distributing out here, though, whether it's 2s, 3s, 5s, anything like that. I've been very satisfied, and I mean, so far I've recreated this 610 in 4 different ways. It's my day 1 version, then I made it with shooting, then I made a 1v1 version of it. Now I have one that I wanted to optimize more for Pro-Am. I wanted to make a Pro-Am 5v5 version that wasn't so based on, like, you know, my arcadey things like standing dunk, driving lay, stuff like that. This instead is just purely optimized off that pass accuracy. As you can see, Dre taking a crazy shot to test the powers of this Dishmaster takeover. But we had a lot of takes on this, and I gotta say, boys, like, whew, you wait until you see this video of Kitchen's build shooting in this game. Bro, we were playing 2s all day today. He's shooting 92% from 3 on a lot of catch and shoots, a lot of open shots, mind you, but they're off of Legend Dimer on a 6'11" stretch that can shoot off the dribble himself. It's been crazy, and paired with me having Dishmaster takeover sometimes as well, the shooting rate is absolutely up. I mean, Kitchen's still around like an 85, probably, you know, 86% shooter naturally or something like that, or maybe more along the lines of, like, I don't know, 82 if we're talking realistic. But like, yeah, I mean, just on 2s and shooting open and stuff like that, he has been absolutely cashing. Now, this part I do want to talk about a lot. So Dre and Salt have around 73 to like 75 driving dunk and about like 60 standing. I'm hitting Dre on this driving dunk in traffic right here, and he greens it. And I was asking them, I wish I asked for like clips of actually seeing the meter, but I didn't, but it is what it is. Salt going for the standing dunk, that's technically more of a driving dunk because he's moving. But again, off this Dishmaster takeover, I was trying to pretty much scout out, can people hit driving contact dunks? And Kitchen actually has a pretty good driving dunk himself, but can they do driving dunk meters with a low driving dunk while also just being off the pass of the Dishmaster? And yes, it actually was making the meter bigger. And I have yet to play with anybody that runs their shot meter on or something like that. I was asking Kitchen to maybe he'll look into this sometime soon as well, and maybe I'll make a separate video on the power of Dishmaster takeover. But Kitchen is someone that has been playing a lot of he's been playing a lot of the starting 5 when he's playing solo, and he says he plays with Josh Giddey on the, I don't even know what team he is on now. I don't know if he's still on the Bulls, but long story short, Giddey has playmaking takeover, the Dishmaster, and I'm going to ask him to actually just run his meter on in one of those games and see if he can get any clips for me of talking, like, you know, actually showing what it looks like versus, like, when you have it on versus when it's off. But anyway, back into the gameplay right here. As you can see, grab that O board, kick it over to Waff right there in the corner mid-range, get that to go. We have 16 assists, and it's right out of halftime. Now, bro, I gotta say, we were getting a lot of really crazy stat lines out here with the build. Now, as you can see, once again, they're leaving Salt in the corner. Unfortunately, misses. Now, I will say, my teammates were shooting really, really good as we ended up playing a bit more here and getting in the flow of things. It was a little bit tough, you know, early and stuff like that. And I will say, playmaking takeover and, you know, Legend Dimer and stuff like that will not save your teammates from, you know, half-barring shots, obviously, right? If people are just missing, they're just missing. But on those shots that you see that like doink the rim like 4 times before they go in or anything like that, we call it, it's a little bit of a joke, but we call it like an edged green, essentially, where you're at the edge of the green window and you're not really like, you know, hitting the pure part of it super great, but it was really on the cusp of it. However, if someone's doing that off of Legend, Dimer, and, you know, Dishmaster takeover, I want to show this because I want to show what turnover I got, by the way, but if someone is barely greening their shot off of, like, you know, the Dishmaster and Legend Dimer, I'm assuming what that means is that they would have missed it otherwise, like, all, you know, things considered. But yeah, I mean, we saw a couple of those for sure as an example of like this pass accuracy on display. And as you can see, I think the real part of this that's insane is unleashing the ability to throw full court passes. I'm talking like me all the way in the backcourt of like behind half and being able to just launch it to my teammate that's in the corner as well. Really a crazy addition. Now, I want to use this part of the video, and I'll just let whatever plays out. We won't talk about too much, but I'm going to use this part of the video to now talk about how it's not me backpedaling off of talking about the 25 pass accuracy being good value. I mean, as you can see, that's WAF with 25 pass accuracy right there, and you're going to see clips of Salt with also 25 pass accuracy. It can still get the job done, and it's especially in the half court. The problem is the consistency is not great. Obviously, you know, it'll get to the spot, but it's not necessarily always going to be a good catch. Now, the thing is, too, a lot of times the catch can be influenced by, in the past at least, there was a rating called hands that was based off of either your best attribute between pass accuracy and ball handle. Now, if a lockdown is coming out here with 25 pass ac and 50 ball handle, that means he is going to catch the ball a bit poorly sometimes. Now, Kitchen, though, has a build with 98 pass accuracy, and he's got, like, you know, decent ball handle. But if me and Kitchen both have good hands and both have good pass accuracy, there's going to be a lot of cases where we don't get bad catches off each other. Now, I don't know if that's for sure. I hope other people do a test and look into whether hands is still a thing in this game or not, so I don't want to give you factual information, quote unquote, when it's not. I don't know that that's like a for sure thing or anything like that. But anyway, point being, I don't want to backpedal because I still stand by that opinion that 25 pass accuracy can get the job done, especially as a lockdown in this game. I never told anybody to make a 25 pass accuracy point guard, for the record, or let alone even a shooting guard. I've always said that like 71 was like playing perfectly fine. But after now getting my hands on this 94 pass accuracy, I gotta say, at certain heights, it's good value. Like, for my build, it was not very expensive. I think I mean, as you can see, right, compared to the previous build, I just had to take my standing dunk -9, driving lay -10, and then probably the close shot down a little bit too. But I was able to get steal along with it and more interior defense. So it wasn't a direct one-to-one trade-off. Anyway, look at this tapper right here. Waff hitting me, and I just spam A back to him with a directional pass. Whew, that thing is crispy, bro. It is moving for sure. So anyway, Salt, once again, 25 pass ac right there. Looking pretty clean, I must say, you know. Now, to be fair, he did get two-way tenacity off that, so whatever his ratings were getting buffed up by, you know, obviously take that into consideration. But Kitchen right there, as you can see, whipping it like crazy far on the fast break right there with the 98 pass accuracy that he has. I believe he only had like gold badges, though, on his playmaking just because he rebirthed it, and obviously, you know, it was a brand new build. Same with mine right here. It's just that I ended up like +2ing, I believe, the dimer, or like using the elevator on it, long story short. But anyway, the one screw up pass that we had right here that led to a turnover was me throwing to Salt that already hit the corner. I think this is a user error thing. I think it was on me. I think I threw it too late, not to mention a defender was nearby. I'm gonna call that one on me, to be fair. But anyway, you can see I was being a bit of a disciplined passer. I'd like to think I was making a lot of good plays, not taking bad shots or anything like that. I'd like to think that's how I play in general too. I try and hit the open man whenever I see him. To be fair, it's not always that I see them, but I'd like to think my passing vision is pretty solid, especially as when I'm in the pick and roll situations and stuff like that, when I get a lot of opportunity to kind of read the court. I'd like to think I'm pretty solid at like making the right reads. But anyway, as you can see right here, we started getting onto a little bit of a vendetta at the end of the game right here. So we saw that they had 20-something assists and 20-something points, and I had 30-something assists. So kind of just on some fun stat line stuff, we started chasing this and allowing me to just farm assists and like, you know, really focus on that and locking them down on defense. So what you're gonna see on the end box score right here is I had more assists than they had total points as a team, and we won by 100. So I mean, to be fair, there were some bots toward the end, like CPUs, obviously, and I'm not sitting here, like, you know, glazing our team off the fact that we beat them by 100 points. But, yeah, 34 assists and only 1 turnover in the passing. You saw I had, like, the bump with the crossover that just kind of bopped right off someone's leg. But As you can see, as far as our teammates' shooting performances, Waff with 43 points on 11 for 13, Salt with 27 points on 7 for 9, Dre, a bit of a tougher game, obviously, but I mean, he was getting used to his jump shot, obviously, so just don't take too much to heart with that. But yeah, I mean, the stat line is crazy, though. Me and Kitchen both out-rebound their entire team. I doubled their team's rebound count. It's perfect 6 for 6, 34 assists to 2 turnovers, and again, 1 was off a crossover, so a bit of a good game, some might say. Now, I wanted to show this right here. It is the exact direct next game that we're going to be showing for the next one. And, I mean, I ended both the games with ridiculous amounts of assist totals. So this one we're only going to show about the first half because they end up quitting out and stuff like that as well. But I just wanted to allow you guys to see a cut-up version of just a lot of passes being executed. And again, this is with Jimmy Butler pass style. I will say, once again, I've played with none now, and I think it's also very good. But look at these averages. This is the first game, like I mentioned. So 13 points, 21 rebounds, 34 assists on 100% with a steal as well. Crazy. And again, I mean, as you can see, if we load up these intros, I got that 94 pass act. We have Waff on his lockdown build, Salt on his lockdown build, and then Kitchen at the 5 sometimes and the 4 sometimes. It's why you will see me in this game kind of miss the icon sometimes because Dre and Kitchen flip their positions as far as where they're lined up at because they're both a power forward. But anyway, yeah, Kitchen with the 98 pass accuracy as well. Now, to be fair, just because you have pass accuracy does not mean you are going to average a lot of assists. My man Kitchen is a tad bit of a ball hog, if you will. Now, he's a great shooter, though, and that's why you're not going to see him come out here and do as much distributing or anything like that. We're not running a whole lot of pick and roll either, so me being the ball handler and being a little bit more of a ball hog in terms of the usage rate on some like Luka or James Harden stuff leads to me getting a lot of assists in comparison to him. So I'm more joking when I say that, but yeah, I mean, my boy does kind of tend to ball hog a tad bit, though, to be fair. But anyway, moving along, as you can see, getting in this 5-out offense, I'm still going to take the dunks when they're there. Obviously, I'm not trying to, like, make the wrong play of just passing when it's not there. I'm telling Waff to hit a little 2-step right here, fake the cut, go back out to the corner. Didn't get it to go, but we get the O-board and get him back. And I must say, pairing this build with the 92 offensive rebound as well as having the pass accuracy makes it so I can get a lot of cases like this. Now, to be fair, you can see I have that silver rebound chaser. Since I used the specialization cap breakers on it, it obviously made my maximum gold, even though I made the build at the start as like a silver maximum. So just understand that when you do that with like certain builds, you have to kind of grind the badges back up and stuff like that before you can even use a +2 or anything like that. So anyway, point being, I do only have, the silver rebound chaser, and it probably applies to the same thing with my dunking badges as well. So if you're wondering why badges are certain levels, it's not like I have a different build or anything like that out here, and why would I? I mean, everything I'm doing is translating to exactly what my attributes do, So anyway, look at Waff, though, 25 pass act right there. And then Salt tries lobbing me with the 25, that ain't going. But we do hit Dre off the transition right there, and I'm able to grab that, like, not the board, but, like, reach up and grab that turnover, essentially. If you ever want to know how to do that, you press Y to actually like jump up and grab the ball. As you can see, though, Dre with the steal, we try and hit him back because he's got that two-way tenacity. And I will say, that is something that you really should consider quite a bit when it comes to passing the ball and who deserves the ball, is if they make a defensive play like a steal or a block or anything like that, or a forced turnover because they push their guy out of bounds, keep that in mind. Big time. You really want to really keep in mind who has two-way tenacity lit up on your team, because it's about a 20 attribute boost to everything. Look at this though. Behind the back pass to Kitchen without a flashy or anything like that. And he's able to just hit that with the fade. Once again, Legend, Dimer, Dishmaster, Takeover. That's insane boost, fellas. It's the best boost in the shooting you can get in the game. I mean, pair that with Sharp Takeover as well. We've had a lot of occurrences of that with Kitchen as we've been playing too. So he switched to Sharp Takeover instead of Deep Bomber. And man, I mean, it's making him automatic. Like I said, fellas, he's shooting 92% from 3 and like 92 from field goal as well. It's pretty wild. So again, we will detail Kitchen's build on the channel pretty soon if you're interested in more of an outside version of my build. That's a lot more like stretch big, 6'11", that you're going to see him on. But yeah, again, we're closing out the end of the video right here. It's going to be about a minute or two left of it. But yeah, just wanted to show you some more clips of this first half right here showing against this team. And I mean, man, the Dishmaster at work, bro. It's insane. Now, I was giving myself the self-appointed master of baiting on the 2s and the 3s, and I guess you could say I'm self-appointing myself the master of dishing as well. But anyway, yeah, so we got the dish master, we got the bait master, whatever the heck. We got a lot of stupid corny stuff going on this channel. But anyway, as you can see, getting into that half-court offense once again, kind of just, maneuvering through right here. Once again, I didn't have my icons correct because Dre and Kitchen were flipping, so Y and LT were kind of, interchanging a tad bit. But Dre's got that two-way, so we're going to go ahead and feed him. And as you can see, boom, Dishmaster into, getting the crazy fade off the 6'10 that he's got. And Kitchen's out here with this 6'11 going crazy. We got my 6'10 going crazy. We got 2 6'9 locks going crazy. Long story short, be tall, be able to shoot, be able to pass. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Now, hey, like I said, though, those 6'9 locks do have 25 pass accuracy, so there's a weird assortment of pass ac on the court. Dre had 87 or 88, I think he said on his build. Waff and Salt both had 25, and then me and Kitchen both had 94 or 98. So yeah, a lot of different stuff kind of scattered in there. And I gotta say, a lot of the times off that Dishmaster takeover, my locks are kind of just letting it fly anyway. They don't even really pass the ball back to anybody, for that matter. So I don't know. I mean, it kind of stalls the ball movement when the ball does hit the corner for them. But again, off Dishmaster and off the Legend Dimer, they're just willing to let it fly anyway. So Dre with the deep bomber hitting from 33 right there on his stretch. It's pretty crazy, fellas, for sure. So anyway, if you have any more kind of things that you want to note as far as any opinions, or I know a lot of y'all are going to be in the comments saying, I told you so, Laker, I told you pass accuracy was valuable. I understand, and I'm not hating on you guys or anything like that. I know it sounds like I am making fun of you with the voice that I have right there, but I'm just saying I think a lot of people had my opinions misinterpreted. I'm not saying point guards could get away with 25 pass accuracy. I'm not saying that there's no value to high pass accuracy either. I was just saying that players like Salt and Waff can get away with having low pass accuracy, come out here in a rec center setting, and be able to contribute to winning by pretty much 180 points in 2 games total, So, and as you can see, I mean, Salt having 0 turnovers, Waff with 1 turnover. I mean, it's not like these guys are a complete liability in terms of their passing ability. It's just that, they're not going to be dotting things up or throwing full court passes like I am, or boosting their teammates' shooting ability like I am either. So, all in all, to kind of close out the video, was it worth it to make this build? Because that's the title of the video. Was it worth? I think so. I think this is absolutely my best build. I think that you could argue that loss of driving, or not driving dunk, the loss of standing dunk, close shot, and driving lay is well worth it in terms of the trade-off to allow me to get this elite level of pass accuracy. And obviously, like I said, I buffed up my interior D and my steal along with it. So in terms of what I lost, it's probably a direct trade-off of about 9 standing dunk for about 18 pass accuracy or something like that. I think it was worth. The standing dunk can get away with, and then I think the pass accuracy really enables me to play a different way entirely in this 5v5 setting, where I can really just unleash full courts and unleash dots just on a constant basis. But anyway, like I said, we'll have future gameplay of the non-Jimmy Butler pass style stuff like that if you want to check it out. If you want to run Jimmy, I believe it's an 86 or an 85 requirement. Let me go ahead and look into that before we end the video. Okay, yeah, so Jimmy is an 85. If you really are interested in stuff like this, some of the high requirement ones are like Devin Booker, for instance. I think 2K Labs did a video on Rondo recently, and I might give this a try also myself. But yeah, as far as the high requirements one, I mean, there's the Jason Williams, Rondo, Devin Booker. For some weird reason, I don't really think of Devin Booker as an elite passer to the point where Bro requires more of a pass accuracy than Tyrese Halliburton does. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, Hallie's is 91. We got Garland 92. As far as any other crazy ones, we have Brunson at 90. Like I said, Booker at 93, and Booker seems to be the highest requirement. Now, I cannot lie to you. I think there is a 95 one, because when I was looking at my cap breaker, triggering on and off, it said that I was going to unlock a pass style. I don't know if that's a flashy pass style. I don't know if there's something at 95 I'm missing, but unfortunately I don't have the cap breaker to look at it. So I guess I'll just find out tomorrow when I get this, last little cap break right here for the lifetime challenges. Because in case you're wondering if I actually do have it locked up or not, pretty much we're going to play the Pro-Am Summit and play a bunch of 5v5 Pro-Am games. So it's going to probably by tomorrow. And if not, I can still do this Hollow Help or whatever as well for, I don't even know where it is. Okay, yeah, so Hollow Help. I could do this as well to achieve one more. Long story short, if I don't think it's worth to go for all those crazy amounts of 5v5 Pro-Am games, playing 21 right here, I can just simply do the Pro-Am Summit games, get a couple wins, boom, there's 4 right there. I get the 5th one off the Hollow Help, and boom, there we go. There's 200, and I'll get that 200 lifetime objectives for the cap breaker right here. I don't think you guys won't see me get this 300. I think you have to unlock every single one in the game, which includes going on a 100 game and knocking off a 100 game as well. So we're probably not doing that. But anyway, that's all video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you want to, like I said, stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot more high pass accuracy like gameplay going on, whether it's me and Kitchen on 2s, me and Kitchen on 3s, me with this build in general on 5s, whatever the case may be. So this will be the build I use for Pro-Am. I would like to think. Being able to shoot, being able to dunk, being able to, like, you know, offensive rebound, being able to defend the perimeter at an even better rate than I already was, and switchable in the pick and roll. I'm going to be guarding the hash and probably playing alongside something like Kitchen as well. I think we're going to have Tonic play on like a build like Kitchen has. So yeah, I mean, and then the other hash probably be a stretch big as well. So you're going to see me come out here with a real 5-out offense and like come out here with some lockdowns in the corner. But anyway, that's all. Hope you all enjoyed. And then that, take it easy, man. Peace.